Welcome back, Breadbirds. We have another filament. This time, we have some Polymaker. And I did not buy this. I want it. I don't know how often they do this, but I just happened to catch it. It's on their Twitch channel. You can also find them on YouTube, channel on both. But they get together and they regularly have giveaways. And I was lucky enough to win some of this filament. So, came today. I guess it took about a week and a half. Came by Amazon. Let's see what we got in here. It says Polymaker 3D printing filament. Thank you, Polymaker. I really appreciate it. What's on the box? 3D printing filament in about 14 different languages. Maybe you can find them at www.polymaker.com. I know they have an office here in Houston, or in Houston. I'm in Dallas, but I moved here from Houston, so kind of hometown. On the side here, we got a shot. It says Polylight PLA Pro, PLA for professional. Excellent rigidity, high impact strength, easy to use. Print temp is 190 to 220. Print speed 30 to 70. Bed temp 30 to 60. Fan on. Color red. Do PA07004. Diameter 1.75 millimeter in kilograms. ROHS compliant. I cannot read the other two. There's ISO 9001. And it was, I believe, UKAS. Yeah, besides that, this seems to be about it on the box. Let's see what we got. Let's go over to our death down camera. There we go. That's what we got. And we have our first cardboard spool. I've been waiting to get one of these. These were supposed to be a big thing about 2.5, almost 3 years ago. And everybody started to shift over to them and then went right back to plastic for some reason. Oh, that was loud. So what's it say on the spool? Polymaker. For any inquiries or technical support, please contact support@polymaker.com. Polymaker 3D, Polymaker 3D, Polymaker _3D, and Polymaker. Okay, we have their Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Spool and box made from recycled materials. 3D printing filament in multiple languages. Over here we have the Polylight PLA Pro. Same information, printing speed 30 to 70, printing temp 190 to 220, bed temp 30 to 60, fan on, and a QR code for product information. That's handy. Net weight 1 kilogram, spool weight 140 grams. Of course, we got a little measurements here, 200 grams, 400 grams, 600 grams, 800 grams. So, let's see what we got. Oh, look at that. Notched bag. Makes it easy to open. Of course, with my luck, it's all right. Just cut it all nice and pretty along the dotted line. Usually don't get a dotted line. It is also a resealable bag. Can always use a resealable bag. Thank you, Polymaker. All right. So cardboard spool. Wow. You can definitely tell the difference in this between one of those plastic spools. Looks good. Get this out of the way. Get our garbage over here. So, spooling looks nice. Not the super cleanest, but looks pretty straight. I don't see any waviness. Wow, almost zero smell at all. Actually, the cardboard more than the filament. That is a first. So let's try our brake test. Yeah, that's a good sign. This vacuum packed nice. Corners aren't smushed down, so not overly vacuumed. Oh, look at that. On the back, they have all their filaments. Good range, PETG, Polylight, PETG, Polymax, Polymax, PETG, ESD, electrostatic dissipative, nylon, polymide, carbon fiber, glass fiber, easy to print nylon, carbon fiber reinforced. They have some alcohol smoothable PVB poly smooth, easy casting polycast, Polylite ABS, Polylite ASA, which is weather resistant. TPU, we've got 90A shore hardness, 95A shore hardness, and 95 high flow. On Polyflux support, we have Poly Dissolve 51, PVA water dissolvable. First day with my new mouth. Sorry. Poly support for PLA, breakaway support. We've got PC, Polylite PC, Polymax, PCFR, Polymaker PC ABS, Polymaker PC PBT, and Polymaker PCR. Interesting. So we have a high quality, we have tough, we have flame retardant, we have a polycarbonate and ABS blend, we have a polycarbonate and PBT blend, and then we have 50% recycling. That's nice. We got regular PLA, we got Polylite PLA, Polymax PLA, which is tougher, Polyterra, which is eco-friendly, and Polywood, which is wood PLA. Alright, once again, Polymaker.com. You can check out all their products. Little stickers, the same thing. Polylite PLA Pro, 1 kilogram, 1.75 millimeter, red. That's a batch number and a SKU number. That is nice. Back to this brake test. All this is doing fine. Cut a section off. And where did the calipers go? Forgot something. Let's check this out. Make sure these are mostly calibrated, these cheap calipers. 1.6, 1.6, 1.7, 1.7, 1.7, 1.7, 1.7. All right. So, we'll be right back. We're throwing on the old printer there. Oh, lost my control. Let's see if we can get over here. This guy. So of course we'll be doing a pinchy. We'll do a Prilla Peeps pinchy. This is actually a Hatchmaker red, so we have something to compare it with. Of course we'll do the Stacko cat and our calibration cube. So you guys stand by. We'll be right back, and we'll see how it's running. All right, we're back, everybody. That took a little longer than expected. Once again, trying out some Polymaker that I won in a contest. Super excited, I have to say. Let's go over to a side cam view. This is probably some of the best printing filament I've ever used, especially in this last month and a half or so, where I've been buying these non-premium brand filaments. This stuff is really impressive. So over here we have some Hatchbox red. Got our standard models here, and then over here, if I can get that a little better in camera shot, we have the Polymaker red. First differences, I can right off the bat see that the Hatchmaker is shinier, which, you know, I kind of like shiny. It's definitely shinier than the Polymaker, but the Polymaker, the sides are just so smooth, so perfect. No real resonance lines, no ghosting. I mean, really impressive. Like, give you an example. There's Polymaker. I don't know if y'all can see that. I've got to get another little spotlight over there. And then when you compare that to the Polymaker, super smooth, super smooth. Now we got two caveats here, and that applies to all three of these. basically the Hatchmaker is just shinier, but it does have a lot more artifacts in it. So two things. Number one, I normally, at first I tried to do like with all my other PLAs and just fired them off at 220. And this is probably the first filament I've had where the actual print temperatures, are they on this side? Yeah, are really accurate. It's the only way I can put it. Normally I have to kick them 5 degrees higher than they recommend for their minimum, you know, right around 210 on a lot of them, 200. So I've just been in the habit of running right around 220, and it just seems to be that happy middle for just throwing different filaments in and not, you know, reslicing for every single filament, which some people do. I just don't have time for that. So I had to print a couple of things twice. Actually, I printed all these guys twice, and then this guy, I was like, okay, I know where it needs to be now. So on the first one, let's see if I can get these lined up. Well, second caveat, besides the temperature issue, so I had to reslice them all. This first one was at 220, second one was down at right at 200, I believe it was. Printed absolutely perfect, no adhesion issues, I mean, everything perfect. You can definitely tell when you look between the first one and the second one that there's some elephant footing, and the top corners are kind of bulging out just slightly. So it was running a little hot. But in both temperatures, the finish on the outside is just so impressive. So impressive. So that was the first caveat. The second caveat being that I'm sure we all are aware, Cura 5 is out. So after installing it and it failing to open, I found some tips. I had to reset it and then reslice this in Cura 5, which is what the better of these came out. So it's not entirely a one-to-one comparison, because as we've all heard, that Cura 5 is supposed to be so much better. And it did seem like it was a little faster, definitely sliced faster. One thing I can say is I am seeing a little bit of artifacting, especially on StackoCat here, like right in this top corner. I don't know if you guys can see that. He's just got a little nub that's hanging out, so I probably have to tune my retraction, because I had to reset all my profiles and recreate from scratch to get Cura 5 to open. Besides that, the detail is just so impressive. Probably the best face on StackoCat I've ever had. His whiskers are just so clean, so clean. Really impressed. Everything absolutely perfect. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I also have is also some cooling issues, because you can tell I got a little stringies hanging off the bottom there. But I also know that's partly for my cooling fan duct design, which is going to be changed up here real quick, so that should resolve that. But compared to the other Stacko, let's see what I have. Hatchbox on, I guess your left. I really don't know if you can see that, but the whiskers are just so clean on the Polymaker. So clean. I'm flabbergasted just how clean they are. So super impressed. Super impressed. And then here, of course, is the Peep Benchy, which is probably one of the best benchies. Got a little bit of zitting right here, but once again, I think that's my retraction settings, because I had to reset everything for Cura 5. But this is probably one of the prettiest and smoothest benchies I have ever not only printed myself, even seen on other people's videos. I am just so impressed with just how smooth it came out. I mean, it almost looks like it was injection molded. I am so impressed. Really the only single issue anywhere on this benchy, a little bit of zitting right here on the back, which I could probably pick off. But I'm 98% sure that was just my retraction settings. Just so impressive. I mean, give you an example. As I drop him, make horrible noises. Get this microphone out of my head. I don't know if y'all can see that. You can see that hatchbox is shinier, but just so many more artifacts in it. Resonance lines, ghosting. You can see the layer lines. I mean, this guy is just so impressive. Really, really impressive. So let's go back over main camera. So I just want to thank, honestly don't remember whose stream I was in when I won this, because I won 2 back to back. Took about a month, and all of a sudden, like, hey, I won. But yes, I want to thank Polymaker for sending me the Polylight PLA Pro, and just by chance I was running low on red, so actually refilled what I needed. Love the cardboard spool. Love all the detailed information on it. The fact that the temperatures were right on the money, just right on the money. I am really, really impressed. I am a convert now. I will definitely be buying as much Polymaker as I can. That's not going to interrupt us doing this whole series of no-name filaments, but yeah, for the stuff I care about, boy, I wish I had had this Polymaker 2 years ago, 2.5, when I first got into 3D printing. It is just so nice, so nice. So big shout out to Polymaker. And oh no, I do remember where I won this one. This was actually in Polymaker's stream. I don't remember the other one I won, but this was actually in Polymaker's giveaway stream on Twitch. And I just by chance won. And they got it to me in about a week and a half. 3 main offices, one of them in Houston, came straight from Amazon. I mean, super happy. I just cannot say how many times, I guess I could, that'd be a long video, just how impressed I am with this filament. It's not often I've picked up a filament and just been like, wow, that stuff is just amazing. And this stuff is really, it's amazing. I guess that's why you see everybody talking about Polymaker. So yeah, so I'd say get on Amazon, get you some, go to the Polymaker website, www.polymaker.com, buy some direct if you want. I think you will definitely be happy. For sure we'll be getting some of the ABS and a couple of their other more exotic filaments to try them out, but this stuff, you cannot go wrong. You cannot go wrong. Even with something that, you know, Hatchmaker used to be one of the standards, I have gotten some really bad spools from them. You could tell they were old, they were brittle, stringing issues, adhesion issues, but this stuff was just amazing. Minimal work to get it tuned in. I definitely will be actually probably creating a profile just for this filament, just so I can keep it all tuned just to what's perfect for my printers. But yeah, so get you some. Go check out Polymaker's website. Check out their YouTube channel, their Twitch channel. Tell your friends. Enter one of the contests. You never know. Like I said, I lost for a month solid on every contest, and then all of a sudden I won 2 days in a row on different streams. So check it out. Polymaker, it's really great stuff, and we will catch you next time. If you've used it and you love it, leave a comment. If you've had any different results than me or the majority of the community, leave a comment so we know. That's the only way we can actually grow this hobby, is to get everybody's input, and we will just keep plugging forward with these filament reviews. So thank you so much once again, and I will catch y'all next time. Layers, peeps.